Greetings to all of you, my dear sisters and brothers and my dear friends, and all of you. You all are so welcome to my new broadcasting, Prosperous Soul. Today we're going to talk about focus. This is your Pastor Yeti. I've got my eye on the goal, where God is beckoning us onward. To Jesus. It is important for us to keep our focus fixed. Once again, we turn to the Apostle Paul. If anyone lived with a sharp focus, it was this great forerunner of the Christian faith. His focus was undivided. He said, "No," to lesser things in order to fully give his mind and attention to what was before him. Truly, he was intentionally with his focus and characteristic we would do well to model if we desire to prosper in our intellect and minds. If you do not discover the power and potential of intentionality, distraction will consistently rob you of opportunities, creativity, and potentially your destiny. I remind you that purpose is God's job. Destiny is yours. God assigns you a purpose. However, you need to be a good steward of that purpose by positioning yourself in such a way that you will achieve the tasks at hand and thus fulfill your destiny. To fulfill your destiny, you must be focused. I don't want it to sound like everything falls on you and that there is no divine aid involved. This is far from the truth. There is an amazing intersection that takes place when we, aware that God has assigned us a unique purpose, take the everyday steps to position ourselves for destiny-defining moments. In short, God supernaturally blesses your focus. I cannot overestimate the power of a focused life in the hands of a supernatural God. Focus demonstrates your willingness to run faithfully with the purposes God has given you. Distraction also robs us from focusing on what God is doing and how we can participate in His activity. Experiencing God as famously reminds us to always be on the lookout for where God is moving and what God is doing. This is our invitation to get involved. We don't ask God, "Bless what I am doing." Instead, we want to go where He is blessing. This demands focus. It demands eyes that are trained to see. God wants to use you mightily to accomplish His mighty purposes. One way we demonstrate our availability and usefulness is remaining focused on the task He gives us. Being distracted by the common goings on of everyday's life will prevent you from tuning into heavenly frequencies. We talked earlier about how God desires to engage you in a constant dialogue. He wants to release ideas, strategies, inventions, innovations, and other untapped experiences of creativity so that you can make a positive difference in your world. The barrier? Smartphones with texts and emails. Social media with endless notifications and updates. News feeds, devices. We are plugged in on all fronts. The barrage of noise seems relentless. Technology is not bad in and of itself. It becomes destructive. However, when we do not know how to focus. Now, add to this all of the legitimate areas of focus. Family, friends, your boss, your pets, your hobbies, and it is an absolute wonder if we ever get anything done. It is time for you to get focused. Give yourself wholeheartedly to whatever you are doing in the moment. Whatever you are tasked, put yourself into it, as done for the Lord. Diligently put your whole self into whatever purpose you have been assigned. And most certainly, there will be multiple tasks and varieties of opportunities. The key is wholly devoted your focus to each one in its season, so you can be a good steward of every blessed opportunity heaven extended your way. Let me give you reflection questions. Do you feel like you constantly get things accomplished in your life? Yes or no? If no, pause a moment and evaluate your level of focus. Describe the link between your level of accomplishment and your level of focus. Second, if yes, and I think there are a lot of yeses too, remember you can always improve and experience increase. There are no limitations to the person who has resolved to live a focused life. What are some ways you can practically increase your level of focus in your job, personal projects, goals, and dreams? Our action steps. Focusing is about saying no. One area we all need to grow in is the ability to say no to the lesser things and yes to the most important things. Life is a 24/7 balancing act. The first yes of our lives belongs to God. The next yes goes to our families, friends, and relationships. Everything else should follow those key areas. Let me pose one final question. What things do you need to say no to in order to say yes to the more important things in life? And when you say no to the wrong things, you are able to say yes to the right things. My beautiful people, we're all in the same boat according to the yes and the no. And maybe some other can be stronger to say no than when has to be no than or it has to be yes, if we're very honest with ourselves. The most important thing is to become to the awareness that yesterday is gone and tomorrow still has to come. So we live in the now moment. And if you really live in this now moment, I think and I believe that your focuses will be stronger. We don't know what comes tomorrow. Even our agendas are full of planning. And we have to plan because our life is sometimes a plan. We get up and we have to move on. But it is the way that we are focused on. And of course we have responsibilities. And of course, if we have a job, we have to go to our job. I'm not saying in all about that. But also in all that, there is a yes and a no. And I'm talking to myself too. You betcha. Would not be felt of respect to mention it all only to you guys. Okay? Well, Jesus mentioned it also in his Gospels. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. This is protection for our own lives. Blessings to all of you, my dear ones. This is your Pastor Yeti. Bye.